Yo, what's up, everybody? Um, yeah, got a lot of shit going on tonight. Lots of shit. Some cool people here, and I appreciate them coming on. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. And look at this. We already beat some people with the amount of people in the room right now. Not saying who. I'm just saying. Okay, just saying. Okay, and just so any of you motherfuckers know, at 8:30, if I see a mass exodus go out of the room, I'm gonna know where you are. Okay, I got fucking spies all over the place. I'm gonna know where you fucking are, so you better not leave at 8:30. All right. Plus, why would you leave at 8:30? We got Steve coming on from ARIA. So ARIA or ARIA? I mean, ARIA probably. Yeah, I would have called the group fucking Area 51. Just saying. Anyway. Let's see what's going on. Listen, everybody, fucking, why don't you do something cool and join the Fat Man Nation Patreon? It's the first link in the description down under. Second link in the description down under is the USARC. Go and support them. But let's actually just get through some house cleaning first. And listen, don't be a fucking rep to bitch, all right? You already know it's the best coconut substrate on the fucking market. So get yourself a bag, a brick, or a bigger bag of Repta Chip or Repta Earth or whatever the fuck they're putting out now. Listen, they're good people. They're fucking really good fucking people. JT, vet, you know, how could you not fucking tell? You know, how can you not fucking support a vet in this fucking hobby? And Redline Shipping. All right, Robin is awesome. Robin is actually doing something for the Patreon people. We're having a contest where, for just the Patreon members, where Robin is actually giving away about $200 in free shipments to whoever wins the contest. And you know, the amount of Patreon people is significantly less than the amount of people in a regular room. So we want to do something special for the Patreon people and let them give them access to some cool fucking contests going on. All right, we'll do some more of this shit later on, but let's see who's here. Fucking let's get everybody's validation out of the way. Let me fucking take Redline off because you don't want to be like Brian was this morning with that fucking snake on the screen for fucking 45 minutes. All right, let's see. I know everybody's here for their fucking validation, so let's go. Fucking Shauna Corner, look at that. First one here. Fucking big Crystal supporter and big Steve supporter, too. So that's pretty fucking cool. Ken from LMK. Gotta love Ken. Having a ball is here. B&T, Radical Boas and Pythons. You know, he's radical, man. Fucking, that's all I could say. Fucking Red. Fucking Hottie Red. What's going on, Shannon? Thanks for fucking coming. Look at this. Jeremy Baud from season 1 of 15 Minutes of Lane. Been my friend for probably 5 or 6 years now. I fucking love Jeremy. If you're down in Florida, go buy something from fucking Jeremy. Even if you're not in Florida, buy something from Jeremy. He's a good guy. He does Uramastics. He does some monitors. He does, of course, ball pythons. But nobody gives a shit about that, right? Especially tonight. Look, Uncle Mike fucking come by, the king of all monitors. Fucking look at this. My hot ass fucking girlfriend is here. Fucking Krisha Rains. Thank you for coming, honey. East Valley Exotics. What's up, Chris? Hope everything is cool there. Fucking all the way up from Canada. I think he's even further away from Canada. He's probably in like Newfoundland or fucking something like that. But he's from Canada, here to support Crystal. Apex Mutations. He's fucking new. Thank you for stopping by. My boy Jared, last year, 15 Minutes of Lane, fucking contestant. Not the winner, but a contestant. What's going on, Jared? Thank you for stopping by. Let's see who else is here. Oh, look at this. My boy Dick at every fucking show that the Fat Man does. You know, listen, I'm not saying everybody should do it, but everybody got to love Dick. All right. So look, Steve stopped by early. Fucking he's good. Fucking it's what's up? It's your boy Steve from A Reptile I Am. Fucking cool shit. Gecko Diva even stopped by a little early. Fucking Mako, what's going on, Mac? Hope everything's well by you. I saw you this morning in Brian's chat, I think. My girl Jessica Denmark, who's like 2 weeks without smoking. So fucking good for her. Everybody congratulate Jessica Denmark. Let's see, Anne Ring. Fucking Anne. It's nice to see fucking the gorgeous Anne Ring back from fucking time to time here at the fucking show. Okay, Garden State Pythons. Fucking what's up, Pete? I No, you're not new here. You've been a fan for a while, so pretty cool. My boy Lowlife, gotta love him. Let's see, Gina Points. Haven't seen Gina Points in a while since the last time I was in Arlington, I believe. Last year's 15 Minutes of Lame winner, my boy Paul from Large Marge Morphs. Look at this fucking DNA reptilia in that fucking house. Gotta love him. My boy Timothy. Fucking Timothy's always fucking rocking those super chats. Speaking of super chats, if you feel like this episode deserves a super chat, fucking throw one by me. This fucking episode has to, or this fucking dumb network has to pay for itself. So I'm tired of dumping money in it. Wayne, what's going on, Wayne? I don't really know you, but I'm fucking happy that you're here. Fucking Charlie Points. Fucking Gina's husband. What's up, Charlie? I haven't seen him since Arlington, too. Let's see. Carter's Coils. That's a cool name. Fucking gotta love Carter's Coils. See you, Starpins, my boy Stan. Sorry I missed your show last night. I seem to always make the last like 10 minutes of LMK show. So I'm sorry about that. But one day I'll make a whole episode. My boy fucking Adam from Benevolent Reptiles. Let's see, who else do we have here? Fucking what's this? Ghouls and Geckos. Fucking all these gecko people are here for Crystal. Because God knows I don't know dick about fucking geckos. Dwight the Pie Man. Dude, I threw you out last time you were here. I think that was a little bit premature of me. I don't think I should have fucking thrown you out. So I apologize, Dwight. I don't know. You just said some shit that fucking rubbed me the wrong way. And that's what happens when you rub the fat man the wrong way. When you rub the fat man the right way, amazing things happen. Ask Krisha. Okay. Let's see. No, that's Steve again. Ozark. Fucking chat's fucking flying by, fast and furious tonight. What's up, brother? Thank you for coming, Justin. Let's see who else here. Fucking, I'm happy that everybody's here, but fucking pain in the ass that I got to give everybody validation. Chris Blocker, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. And we're gonna end it with the fucking blockhead, Chris Blocker. And we're just going to kind of move on with everything. Everybody, this quarter, we're throwing some support over to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And listen, you all know how I hear about, how I feel about kids. They fucking suck. Nobody likes them. I hate a lot of them. But there's the occasional cool one. And the only thing, worse than a fucking cool kid is a cool kid with fucking cancer. So everybody go to the store on the St. Jude's website and pick up a shirt or I think they have a subscription membership that you could join. If it's a choice between St. Jude's subscription service where you give them $5 or $10 a month or my Patreon, clearly pick my Patreon. No, pick the fucking kids. All right, fucking help out the kids and let's do some shit for the kids with cancer because it gotta suck fucking. Listen, it sucks having cancer as an adult, right? But as a kid, it has to fucking suck even more. I don't really got any announcements today. I know everybody wants to talk about this show me drama that's going on, and all I do want to say is that Mickey has always been cool to me. Okay, so I'm gonna side with Mickey over some fucking jack off fucking New England shady ass breeder that fucking that was doing some shit that might have been wrong. Saying might have been because it hasn't been proven yet, but I will take Mickey's word over shit any day of the week. So I'm not really going to talk about the whole show me drama because you guys know that I don't care. Like I don't care what's going on in the fucking in the fucking reptile industry. I just like to make fun of the reptile industry. But anyway, what we're going to do now is I think we're just going to head right into it, right? Because I told Crystal about 8:15 we would start. It's about 8:11 now. And but I just don't care, all right? We're going to get Crystal on because Crystal's wearing a stupid tight fucking top. she's showing off the titties and she's looking real good. And I think that we're gonna have to reward her for that. So anyway, well, let's just do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Making the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
What's up, guys? It's Justin at Canova. For the past 5 years, 15 Minutes of Lame has become a launch pad for so many new successful breeders and a badge of honor in this industry. It's been so amazing to watch the passion and dedication you guys have and to watch your businesses grow. Just remember, the next me might be you.
15 Minutes of Lame!
Yeah, look what we have here.
Hey, how's it going?
Crystal Crabtree.
Crabtree, apparently.
I felt like an idiot, and thanks to Troy for being a dick and pointing out that I spelled it wrong. But also thank you because I got me to spell your name right. So Crystal Crabtree, everybody.
It happens.
Say hello and look at those yams and that fucking face and that hair. She's just ready to go. Fucking that's what
you know it.
The people. They just show up. They show up ready to go. Okay, ready to fucking play. Crystal, I'm going to give you a little bit extra time. So your husband, okay, who is VIP Morphs out of Canada, lost miserably in the 15 minutes of lane contest, and is the reason that you're coming on just to kind of redeem him, and you're coming on as a Gecko Diva. So do you not even want to have a mention of that loser tonight, or
well, I don't know if it's to redeem. Maybe it's to outshine.
Yeah, you've been outshining him since the day I met you. Now, listen, as much as I love fucking titties, I love money more. Thank you, Demonic Reptiles, for the fucking super chat. Fucking Team Mickey, that's what I'm saying. Fucking fuck the other guy, all right? New England shady ass motherfucking breeder. Fucking. And fucking look at this, fucking Jared. Jared got a wrench too, and fucking $20 for Jared tonight. Fucking thank you, Jared. I appreciate it. I would give money on your show, but you guys are not monetized yet. So we will do that soon. So we'll definitely. I mean, did I fulfill my promise and get them to 100 subscribers or no?
Not yet. No, I don't think so.
I didn't even mention it.
I didn't even see you mention anything.
Yeah. I'll do it tomorrow, guys. All right. I'm
holding you to it.
No, I'll do it. Fine. You could hold me to a lot of things. You could hold me to the giant yams of yours too. Fucking can't wait. But listen, Crystal, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put 15 minutes on the clock, and we're just gonna start up. Gecko Diva, where'd the name come from? I mean, it's a little bit kind of pompous right off the bat.
So I actually, a while ago, was inspired by all like the Sex and the City stuff and had started a blog called The Rural Diva. So the blog was all like a country girl's take on fitness, fashion, food, and fun. And I had it going for a little while, and then it kind of slowed down and lost interest. And then I just kind of revamped the name when I got into the geckos, and Gecko Diva was born. And I started it off with her daughter Emma, and she absolutely loved the name. So the name kind of stuck, and then she helped me with the ideas for the logo and kind of tied it in with the name.
You started a YouTube channel with your kid?
I didn't start a YouTube channel with my kid.
Oh, you just said you did it with your fucking daughter.
The business. I started the gecko stuff with her. It was to get her kind of like part of it, and then she had zero interest.
All right, calm down. Your tits don't look that good, all right, where you could start yelling at me. But it's cool to start a YouTube channel with a kid, right? Because I know that there's these channels that just have these kids opening up gifts that their parents got them that literally nobody else could afford, and then your kids look at you like I've got nothing in my fucking entire life, but fucking Billy from the Billy channel got a fucking motorcycle when he was 4. So it's smart. And I just want to say, look at this. All right. Snakes and the Fat Man is where the legends come to. And fucking my boy, Limey Smidger, is fucking in the house. Real quick, we'll just say hi to Sammy Vargas, Danny Cadena. Fucking thanks, guys, for coming by. All right. Crystal.
Yep.
You've been putting a lot into this Gecko thing in the last year or two, right?
I have, yeah.
All right. How much money have you put in versus how much have you gotten out?
So put a lot of money mainly over the last 2 years was the main investment. And I've put in about 10K so far total into Gecko Diva and made 20% back.
Okay.
So
all
far.
right. So you worked for nothing.
Well, this year is going to be a good year, right? Like I'm on year 3, so it's needed to have some investment, especially in like higher end stuff, in order to be able to breed stuff that's worth putting out there and getting a return on that investment.
But is the Gecko drop? Does it happen as fast as the ball python drop?
What do you mean? Like
a Gecko that you spend $1,000 on today is only worth 600 next year. And then
it depends on the genetics, right? So the great thing right now I'm finding with crested geckos is there's a lot of new genetics that are coming out now, and they're just starting to really identify the different morphs and the traits and how they stack and interact with each other. So, and a lot of the stuff is popping up randomly in people's collections. So it's kind of like at the beginning when people were getting into all these new morphs with ball pythons, not like it's not overly saturated with some of the morphs. I mean, there are some that are like cappuccino where there's just a lot more out there, and that morph definitely dropped. But it depends on what you're working with, right? And there's also a different aspect with geckos where it's not just about the colors and the pattern. You also have the aspect where it's the conformation of the gecko. So the structure of the head and the body, and that adds value as well.
I always thought of crested geckos kind of like the gayer gecko, right? Like because leopard geckos are cool, and I like satanic leaf-tailed geckos, and I like a lot of Europlatus stuff. But you mainly do crested geckos?
I do just crested geckos. That's all I work with.
Crested geckos. That's it.
Yeah.
And you put 10 grand into it. So you're telling me, and Gerald, and you do this full time, right?
No, I work full time. This is just a side hobby that I do for the interest of it and for the interest of the genetic side of it.
Right. You work for the Canadian military, right?
I work for national. I'm a civilian for national defense. Yes.
That's fucking funny. All right. That's fucking
so yes, I have a full-time job.
Okay, so you don't do any other species of geckos?
No, right now I'm mainly focusing on crested geckos. I wanted to focus on higher end geckos. So I've invested in recessive genetics and some more sought after genetics and working in different combos with those genetics. So kind of more quality than quantity, and then focused on more of the newer stuff and even some new stuff that they don't even know how it works yet. So
what was the most expensive gecko that you bought right now? Because like I said, I know nothing about.
The most expensive one I've bought would be the visual xanthic that I got.
Okay.
So
like a lily white. That's the only thing. That I've heard of so far.
Yeah. So I have quite a few lily whites, and I actually just imported 2 lily whites from Czech Republic this spring, and they have like a tangerine gene on it, but it's a new gene. It's not similar to the tangerine that we have in North America. So I brought that in to incorporate in some of the projects. But so the xanthic is like the xanthics and ball pythons. It takes away all that yellow pigment. So you basically, depending on what genes you go in, it goes from gray to black, because crested geckos will fire up and down, right? So they'll have like a spectrum of color depending on the environment and their mood.
And do you guys do shows yet or no?
Well, we've been doing shows with VIP Morphs. I have my first expo with Gecko Diva in June at the Ottawa Expo.
Okay. And are you getting those special display tanks that keep them dark and they pull them up and so
No, I we did have to, because there was some change with the expos where you can't use deli cups anymore. They all have to be moving towards display cases. So I did get display cases, but they're just acrylic display cases, but they're going to be set up more for arboreal, so they'll have things to perch on. And
all right, is the hope that one day Gecko Diva will out-profit VIP Morphs?
Well, I hope that we both do well, but you always want your business to do better.
Sure. Okay. So the answer is yes. Okay. Okay. The answer is yes. Okay. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to talk a little bit of sponsors, but I don't really know how this is going to go because I don't even know how you keep a fucking, a fucking crested gecko. So
I'll probably do poorly on most of it.
Yeah, I got a feeling that it's going to go that way. Okay. Do you use ReptiChip?
Okay, so here's the thing.
No, it's a yes or no.
I use ReptiChip for my house snakes.
All right.
Not for the geckos, but I use ReptiChip for my house snakes.
Okay. JT does not give you a fuck you, okay? because you support, okay? Now, is there shed testing for stupid fucking crested geckos?
There is not shed testing for geckos.
So Charlie,
as much as I would love it and I try to push it, no one wants to do it.
Yeah, Charlie from Gray Rider is gonna give you a big old fuck you too. Okay. And I don't know how you could piss off fucking Charlie because fucking Charlie's the nicest guy in the fucking hobby. Do you have a rack from Sea Serpents?
I do not have a rack from Sea Serpents.
Chris gives you a big old fuck you. Okay. All right. I don't even think that Clutch or Canova sells fucking geckos. So
Clutch doesn't have the option. Now, if Clutch had the option for me to be able to add geckos, I would definitely look into it because I haven't gone over to Husbandry Pro with the geckos yet. I'm working off spreadsheets.
Oh, really? You're like one of the few Canadians that are not Husbandry Pro fucking supporters.
Well, it's the time to put everything in, right? So I feel like I have to be invested if I'm going to do it. And I don't feel like I have enough geckos now to really make it where it's going to make it easier for me.
Okay. All right. Have you ever been to a herp show? No, you never have. Fucking Sean give you a fuck you.
They have them in Canada?
No, they don't. You probably never bought anything from Reptile Deli. He's going to give you a big old fuck you too. Your logo wasn't done by Stewart Design, so he's going to give you a fuck you too. So yeah, you're just lining up the fuck yous today. We do have a new sponsor, and Nerd is sponsoring us now, and I'm sure you never bought anything from Nerd, so Nerd's going to give you a big old fuck you too. Is there anybody on the list that you have?
I do follow them on YouTube though, so just because I don't buy anything, I still support them. Do I get the little thumbs up for that?
No, you don't get anything for that. What about Redline Shipping? Is that in Canada?
Okay, so Redline Shipping is not in, I have a story here. Redline Shipping is not in Canada. However, they did do a podcast with Gecko Pod, and they were talking about their face packs and how awesome they were for geckos. So I spoke to Robin about getting the face packs in Canada, and he had a discussion with Sam from Reptile Express, and they brought them in. So I did buy a whole bunch of face packs, and I do have Redline Shipping face packs here. But I can't use Redline Shipping because I'm in Canada. But I do support them.
That's almost a thumbs up. So we're gonna get okay. Where's Gecko Diva gonna be in 5 years?
Hopefully producing some really high-end stuff, and basically, like, I have a plan of what I want to produce. A lot of my recessive projects, and some of them are potentially double recessive. I want to make some really nice visual stuff and put my name a bit on the map with some new genetics. And I'd like to participate with the Flora Fauna show that they have in Wyndham, New York. And they also have started the Gold Standard Gecko Club with Tiki's Geckos. So that's something I'd like to be able to come and participate and maybe put an entry in that show at some point. So
you're just talking nonsense now.
Those are it's a 5-year plan, but I need to have a plan to get to there.
well, and you guys have like you guys have pigs, right? You breed pigs too. You have a pig in the house right now, don't
Yeah,
you?
we have Honey in the house. Honey, the fluffy pig.
Okay. Do all the other pigs kept for food, or or are they just for sale,
So
or
it was a small breeding program that I had for this specific breed. So it's Kunis, and they're a New Zealand breed. And so I kind of have just a small breeding program for breeding standards for them. And they're sold mainly for as breeding pairs and breeding stock to other homesteads in the area that want to breed for their own meat production or for show or for their own breeding program. So
okay?
I specifically don't breed for meat, and the genetics and the lines that I work with are more geared towards longevity and the pigs are more built for a breeding program than for size and production.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I may buy a pig from you at some point. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you something that everybody wants to know.
Okay.
So when you sell a gecko
Yep.
for top dollar, let's say, right, and you get $1,000, $1,200 for the gecko, right?
Okay.
Do you get rewarded the same way Gerald gets rewarded when he sells an expensive snake? Because what Gerald told me was that when he sells an expensive snake, you suck the soul out of his dick, right? Now, when you sell an expensive gecko, does Gerald lick you from behind, fucking eat ass?
I don't need to sell nothing to get that. I get special treatment
it's like that.
anytime I want.
Huh? Fucking, that's right. You're a good wife. All right. You're a good wife.
You write lies.
Fucking that's it. It's like fucking fucking that's the way to do it. Fucking bet you didn't think we'd talk about eating ass on this fucking
No,
segment.
I figured we would since you blew by all the sponsors and we had so much extra time to talk.
Yeah, I was like, you're just gonna be these sponsors.
There was a strategy there. You were going for something.
Yeah. So kids taking over the business one day or no?
No, probably not.
Yeah, they just look at you like they're old. I'm not gonna
They probably think that we're nuts with the amount of animals we have here.
Yeah. Well, you kind of are like fucking
Maybe
because
a little bit.
Gerald is basically like a farmer for all intents and purposes, right? Like fucking, he's you know, when he says he's at work, you know, I see him in like fucking construction sites or like a farm field. You know,
Well, he's in the farm stuff because of me, right? Because I had the horse when we met, and we bought the farm because I had a horse.
okay.
So he got into the farm stuff as a result of me.
Okay, so when he bought you the farm, which is kind of romantic, right? That's like a romantic thing. Did you suck the soul out of him then?
I was done beforehand. But to
Ah.
clarify, we bought the farm
matter.
together.
I don't stop. Are you one of those women that are like, we bought it together? Like,
Well, I did invest in it.
come on, okay. It's just like when you see these fucking chicks on like Facebook and they're like, love my new kitchen, fucking got my new island fucking marble countertop, and you're just thinking like, bitch, you didn't pay for that kitchen at all. Like your husband paid for that entire thing.
No, I own it. I know that when he does renovations, that he paid for whatever. If I get a barn, it's Gerald that paid for the barn. But I'll be honest that we went into the house together.
All right. I don't know. I mean, that's not what Gerald said. Gerald said that he's the only one that makes real money in their family, so fucking he gets what he wants most of the time. So I'm just telling you what Gerald told me personally. Okay. If people want to get in touch with you, how could they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so I have a website, geckodiva.com. I'm on Instagram at Gecko Diva. I'm on Facebook at Gecko Diva, but I don't really use Facebook that much. It's just there. And I also have YouTube at Gecko Diva, and I have the podcast, The Coffee and Crusties.
So you're Sunday really mornings. To Gerald, right? Like you're like, you got to keep up with me. You got Gerald doing a fucking podcast now. So that's that's kind of cool.
They're doing great.
Listen. I'm giving you too much time just for your tits, okay? So we can't do that because I don't want to be perceived as sexist or fucking or whatever any
You
other.
just say you're giving me extra time because I'm not talking about ball pythons, so I'm at a disadvantage.
No, I'm giving you a hard time because you got nice tits and you're hot, okay? but anyway, like that's it. No more time, man. Okay. So thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. And you're gonna compete in the competition this year, right?
You betcha.
Yeah. You're gonna have Jay do your reels or no?
You saw my reels I did for Gerald last year.
Yes, I know. Fucking way better. Way better. That's all I'm saying.
You
Okay?
know what's coming.
Yep, I know what time it is. All right. Thank you again for stopping by. We're gonna fucking move on and get this stupid show over with. All right.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you popping by. You know I fucking love you to death. All right, I'll talk to you later, Crystal. Crystal Crabtree. Go follow her everywhere. Gecko Diva. That's just how it is, man. All right, thanks, Crystal.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes in the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
All right, listen. Herps is also a sponsor, and I didn't put the graphic up tonight. So, but Sean and Lori, all right, they do the best fucking independent promotion in the southern United States. They're going to be in West Monroe, Louisiana on May 4th and 5th. That's this weekend. They're going to be in Conroe, Texas on June 8th and June 9th. They're going to be in Longview on June 22nd and 24th. And then they're going to be back in Slidell, Louisiana on what July 20th and 21st. So go check them out at herpshow.net. I also want to bring up fucking let's see if I can find the graphic here. Fucking Charlie over at Gray Rider. Fucking look, I think that everybody could admit at this time that Charlie does a better job than the other big guy. And not because Charlie's test results are any different, but because Charlie actually gets that shit back to you in a week or two. Okay. So fucking I talked to the other guys, actually had them on this show. They said they'd have no problem scaling. Obviously, they were full of shit because they're having some trouble fucking scaling. And they're making people wait up to 4 months for a fucking shed test result. So fuck those other guys. Use Gray Rider Reptiles. Charlie fucking kills it. Stewart Design, they're a little expensive, but fucking, if you want fucking quality, you got to spend some fucking money. Stewart Design for all your marketing, logo, and branding needs. Now, while I'm getting through this, let's just say Clutch, best ball python software on the market. It's very similar to like an Apple product, right? Like fucking, it's just going to work. Okay. You don't have to fucking deal with all this other shit, but start using Clutch early because you saw even Crystal said the hardest part is when you have to fucking input all your goddamn animals. Nobody wants to do that. Okay. That was the same thing that we had back in the day with Reptile Scan. Now, listen, I got a guy coming on now. All right. He may be a little too exciting for everybody in the room. So I'm just gonna bring him on and let's see where he's at here. Fucking my boy Steve Nelson. What's up, Steve?
What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It's your boy Steve from A Reptile I Am. What's happening, Chris?
All right, take it down a notch, brother. All right, we don't get energy that high here. Okay, we're at about here. You're at about here. Okay, we got to bring you down, dude. 7,500 member Facebook group. How the fuck did you pull that off?
Man, just trying to keep a bunch of the bullshit out of the group. Lot of moderation on posts and things like that. Because, dude, in the beginning, when I first got on Facebook and shit, there wasn't a reptile group worth of shit, dude. Every post was always the same. Somebody trying to scam somebody, drop a logo, shit like that. So
right.
I wanted a place. I'm an animal enthusiast. I just happen to also breed. So I wanted people to show me some cool shit. And
well, I noticed today when I was promoting this show, it was like you immediately have to get approved by the admins on the site, right? Like how many, even today, how many fucking dumb shit posts do you get on that you deny coming on the page?
So every day, there's probably 35 to 50 posts. It depends if there's a big show going on anywhere. You get a little bit of influx because we do have a lot of people that want to post and share stuff, but there's a lot of people that come in and it's a scam or solicitation. I probably decline 20 to 25 posts a day.
Out of the 35.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's the way to do it.
And the other reason that I do that, bro, is because if I keep dropping, then all of the group members all day long that are following, it's like ding, 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 ding. And that shit gets annoying. So I may only funnel 5 or 6 in the morning and then 5 or 6 at night. So it makes more sense and people don't burn out on the shit.
Are you and Jenny the only moderators on there?
Yep.
Shit.
And it's got damn near out of hand where I need help and stuff. But the problem is every time you think you have somebody in your pocket that you think is the person and they're down to ride with you, that agenda seems to rise up.
Yep. They turn out to be cunts. Yeah. That's totally the way it is here. Yeah.
We tried that in the beginning. The group almost got shut down. The other admin was going to delete the group. We only had like 600 people at the time.
Right.
It just turned into a whole big ass thing.
Right. Well, and do you have a day job or no?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I travel and I sell legal THC products and legal mushrooms.
No,
and
get right out of town. I would have never thought that. Really? Okay. All right.
Right. So, if the shoe fits, sell it. So I've always been good at selling shoes. So I found my Foot Locker, and that's what I do is I sell business to business. And offer wholesale distribution pricing, things like that. And that's what Jenny does as well. So that's how we're able to get all these animals and not necessarily have to breed everything that we have.
Right.
Right. That's not smart.
I just recently got into weed. Okay. I spent 50 years of my life not into weed at all. And then I've gotten into gummies, right, just to help sleep. And after they chopped off the leg, I was like, all right, let's try some gummies. And the gummies do help. But there's a big difference between fucking eating a gummy and smoking fucking weed. Because when I smoke weed, like I don't shut the fuck up. And I've been told that I'm fairly annoying when I smoke weed. But when I take a gummy, I'm all right. So, but I'm so white that I buy my weed off an internet fucking commercial, off a YouTube commercial, So I don't know where to get weed. Okay. Yeah. My name's not Ron. Okay. I don't know where in the ghetto to fucking find weed, but I found out that you really don't got to go to the ghetto to, find weed anymore. Like my neighbor probably is growing weed right now. But I still buy my weed from the state. Okay. Because I'm very white, okay, and I don't know where to get weed. So shoot some gummies my way, okay? Fucking No, I'm only fucking with you. I don't want anything from you. It'll probably end up killing me. Fucking it'll probably be like 100 milligram fucking gummies that'll put me out for 2 weeks. And while I might like that,
and I'm gonna make a special dose also laced with some saltpeter for you. Just
I don't even know what that means.
It doesn't matter. I got you. Just eat them. It's good for you.
Dude, I remember going to a weed place in LA, and that was the first time I ever saw weed gummy bears. And I was looking at it like all suspect, right? Because they don't make the fucking weed gummy bears in the same place they make Tylenol, right? Like the last thing I need is fucking the guy to be making a gummy bear and forget whether he put weed in it or not. And I got 4 times the dose because he just kept forgetting, right? And I asked him about it. I was like, "What's up with that bear? How much should you eat?" And he's like, "Just a leg." And I'm like, "Just a leg?" Then what are you selling whole bears for? All right, you motherfucker. So yeah, the gummies, I was a little suspect until I tried it. Then I like it. Look, Mike says that salt water shrinks your wiener. Okay. Listen, if I'm gonna get weed from you, I gotta know what happens to my dick because my dick is small enough without fucking.
Hey, no, hey, you ain't putting that shit on me. Your performance is due to your performance.
Well, listen, my performance is awesome. Okay.
Okay. Well, then there it is.
But when you're trying to bomb Iraq and you only have a handgun, you can't really, you don't really get the job done, right? So fucking, it's it's what you do. It's what you do. And every time I fucking pull my dick out to fucking pee, the last thing I want to hear is, "What's up? It's your boy Steve." Because if it does that, I'm definitely not doing it. All right.
I tell you what, if nothing else, you just gave me fucking nightmares, bro.
Dude, you love it.
Shit. Holy shit.
So where are you at? Like, what state are you in?
We're in Kansas City on the Missouri side.
Okay.
So same shit though, man. We're 20 minutes from Kansas City, Kansas. So
right. So you're by like Josh Jackie and for all the ball python breeders out there. That's the kind of area that you're in.
Josh Jackie's the homie. He's about 2.5 hours away from me, but I go out to the ball python shed every once in a while and we get down and have a good time and shit. But yeah, there's a lot of breeders on their way up, and we see a lot at the reptile shows.
Well, you go to Tinley, right? Because I saw a series of videos where you were at Tinley, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the one thing, listen, I'm not telling you how to do your job, right? But you should get a microphone, like a little lav microphone, because fucking the voice on it was the only bad part. I was interested in everything that you were doing, but you get a little lav mic that just plugs into the phone. It'll make it a lot clearer. Because I love the Tinley videos. I definitely watched all of those.
I did actually get a microphone, and you're not the only person that said that. Dave Kaufman and Amy Benzie had just got back from their adventure and stuff.
Right.
The last day of Tinley, and I was going through, and one reason that one was only like music was because I had zero audio and had no idea because all my gear was still working.
Right.
So I didn't want to scrap all of the shit that was in there when we were kicking it with Kevin and everybody and stuff. So I was like, well, fuck it. It is what it is. And hopefully it goes better. But I got a microphone, and I haven't been trying to put myself in front of the camera as much. And I kind of got torched for that, man. I guess for whatever reason, a lot of people want to see my little ugly ass jumping around. And I always tried to stay on the other side of the camera and make it about the animals. And they told me, they said, man, it is about the animals, but people want to see you and your energy in it as well.
Right. Yeah, so, I would agree with that. If there's one thing I found out about this whole reptile thing is they don't care how ugly you are, all right? Because there's so many ugly dudes in this fucking hobby. It's like, if you're a good-looking reptile guy, it's almost like unexpected. It's like, wow, like fucking, like other dudes are looking at you being like, yeah, I'd fuck that dude, if you're good looking, all right? But when you look like you and me, though, but it's fucking crazy, right? Because you got a hot wife, I got a hot girlfriend. Like, I am on the lower side of average, and I'm gonna risk the fact. I'm gonna say that you're probably on the higher side of average because you got the whole surfer dude thing going, and fucking you're in shape. You're not a fat dude. You're fucking like, because I was shocked at all the chicks that were running up to you at fucking Tinley like you were fucking Axl Rose, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I literally. Like I've never seen this dude before. So that's one thing I wanted to talk to you also about. Like you have the ARIA group with 7,500 members on it. Now your YouTube channel though is a lot smaller than that. So
Yep.
why do you think the transfer hasn't come about? Like don't you use ARIA to pimp your own shit?
So that goes back to why I end up cutting back on the amount of posts that come through, is because all of the stuff that was going through and it's actually ARIA.
ARIA. Okay. All right.
All of the stuff that was coming through ARIA, there's a lot of people that ended up like unfollowing it, and they end up just popping in and out of the group itself.
Right.
So some of that stuff tends to fall through the cracks or whatever. There's a ton of ball python people in there, and ball pythons are having a rough go right now if you try to measure against what the metrics were in 2020.
Right. Yeah. Of course,
and honestly, all it's doing is coming back to a normalcy, but
right.
It is what it is, and the honesty of it is, Chris, it has nothing to do with the numbers. It's about actually being out in the field. Hey, Kittinger, Jen's here, man. Much
Isn't
love.
she fucking mega cool? She's fucking cool as fuck.
Dude, they both are just dynamite. Much love. Much love.
They're fucking awesome people. Thank you,
But,
Jen. I appreciate that.
A lot of it out in the field. I hit like every NARBC show for like 3 years straight.
Right.
And I wasn't there. I've never set up a table. I've never vended to this day.
Right.
We technically haven't had to yet. So we've been blessed on that side of stuff. But in the same token, I never got into this to be rich.
Right.
So it is what it is. I did it because I'd never seen any ball pythons outside of a normal, and I got addicted.
Well, don't you love it though when the people do come in it to be rich, and you're just like,
and
come on, dude.
And I'm not gonna tell you that you can't make $1 million, but today to make $1 million, you're spending 3.5. So the upkeep and the enclosures and all of that stuff and being prepared for grow outs, time, space, energy. There's a lot of shit that goes into it when you get past 30 or 40 animals.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. I love these people with 70 animals that think they're going to make $100,000 next year. And I do love it. But you know, the old saying, like the only way to become a millionaire with ball pythons is to start off with 2 million, put $1 million into it, and then you still have $1 million left when you lose everything else, So, and you got to be at that point now, especially because you guys deal with this shit every day. When someone comes up to you, within 20 seconds whether they're going to be successful or not. You could say yes. God, you could say it.
Actually, I'm the other way, and I want to say yes because I know that that's what you were expecting or whatever. But, dude, I came from jack and shit, and I don't know if I'm anybody, Chris. None of us are fucking anybody, bro.
Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
I'm some dude out of Kansas City on here with some dude, So we already discussed. We're not super cool, super interesting.
Yeah, we're just dudes. We're just like regular dudes.
I try to not gauge people like that. Now, I will tell you this though: if you walk up to me and you smell like horse shit and piss, I do immediately know that you don't have a chance in hell.
Yeah.
Deodorant is a real thing at reptile shows, guys. Oh, it's not just some funny shit that people are saying on Facebook. Yeah. It's real.
The worst. I used to think that shit like that only happened at like Comic-Cons, man. But it happens at fucking like people, like dudes are so gross at reptile shows. And look, I don't want to throw chicks under the bus, but there's some pretty gross at fucking reptile shows too. All right. There's chicks where you just look at them and you're like, oh, I I wouldn't want to be stuck in that ass, and for any amount of money. But since you are such a big reptile show guy, are you one of those dudes? Well, yeah, you are one of those dudes because I've seen video of it where you get swamped, like going to a reptile show. Like fucking people are fucking stopping you in the aisle.
Jenny's been standing over here. This is the real attraction, dude. This is the first lady.
Jenny got hot hair and big boobs, so fuck yeah, it's good.
I know. And lean down here, and she just got this gnarly chest tattoo. She's sunburned, but she just got this gnarly ass chest tattoo.
Dude, you must be in heaven every fucking night. Okay,
it's nice.
You have kids?
Oh yeah, I couldn't stop for a while.
You ruined it. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Well, how many? Well, not necessarily. I'm not going to go too deep into things, but man, we had this really screwy surgery that she had to do, and they offered to put a couple extra stitches, and we accepted. It was deal or no deal, and I was like, I'll take that box.
Yep.
So. For just 500 more, let's tighten that thing up 6 or 7 inches.
That's what I'm saying. You get 2-for-1 stitches. And you always take that deal. Yeah.
The ball game has changed.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I get it, dude. All right, I totally get it. Okay.
So, Jenny, what's it like going to a show?
I'm usually the behind the scenes quiet person and try to just maintain. It can be like anxiety riddled with how many people want to run up and say something. I'm like, it's like walking through with Brad Pitt on.
And it's more, is it more for Steve or it's more for you? You guys are frozen up though.
They want to hear it. Ain't nobody want to hear that shit.
Because it's like everybody wants to talk to him. Everybody wants them to see something.
Well, and I saw like you were with a lot of the big shots too. Like the Justins and the Miguels and the fucking Kevins. So you weren't like fucking stopping at these people's fucking tables who were in the chat like fucking that are that they got one table. Like you were basically stopping at end caps, right? Fucking with the height of those people, like the Jen Kittingers and everybody else.
Breaking up.
You guys are frozen. Oh.
Are you there again?
Yeah. I'm back here now. I think
I got you. I caught what you were saying.
Okay. I think that the camera just stopped working when fucking your wife came on because they're like, this is who you should have had on the show. Like fucking showing off the yams and the new tattoo.
Ain't no bullshit.
Right? Fucking.
No shit.
Do me a favor, Steve, just sign out real quick, then sign back in because you're kind of lagging a little bit.
All
right. In the meantime, I'll just throw out another fucking sponsor thing here. Who didn't we cover so far? Reptile Deli. They're in Long Island. Fucking buy something from the Reptile Deli. They do cages, they do bedding, they do rats, they do everything. All right. So pick up something from the Reptile Deli when you get a chance. Now I'm just waiting for Steve to come back in. And here he is. Okay. Boom. There we go. Thank you, brother. So what are you breeding?
So I mean, we were head in the balls. Oh no, I lost him.
Oh, I still got you. You're just frozen.
Oh, I heard it. Okay. So we were really heavy in the ball game, and I stepped way back off of that. We do some stuff with leopard geckos, crested geckos, tarantulas. So we kind of got our finger in the honey pot, stirring it around. If you have
and for you to get rid of them, do you sell them on Morph Market, or how do you get rid of what you produce?
So a lot of times, because of the following and stuff I have on Facebook, people reach out to me when I have clutches and stuff like that. And we have a few people that we work with that they almost always want some of the behind the scenes stuff. So other than that, we are looking at starting to pop up at some shows and stuff. But I was planning on vending last season, the season before that. But like I said, I got blessed and, I moved all my babies except for 3 of them from last season. So,
Right.
but Facebook is a tough pull because you can't post and say that you're wanting to sell them.
Right. Not anymore. I mean, it wasn't a tough pull 8 years ago,
Right.
5 years ago, it was still okay. But then Morph Market came around and just fucking destroyed everything, right? And fucking what do you think of the new Morph Market as opposed to the old Morph Market?
Well, it doesn't seem on an outside aspect, just talking on the Morph Market platform. It doesn't seem to glitch up as much, and it does seem to be working better than what it was a year and a half ago.
Okay.
With that being said, I'm old school and I don't use but like 2.5 features.
Right. Okay.
And unfortunately, I'm not on Morph Market like I used to be 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So I'm not on there every day. I might pop in and take a look and see what's going on. But dude, I'm so busy trying to make content that nobody but wants to watch and taking care of animals that shit, it's pretty much consumed me at this point, dude.
Yeah, no, I get it. Just so everybody knows, fuck Morph Market, all right? Fuck that guy, all right? Things may be working better, but things are working better because the guy got 20 people working for him. And prior to that, it was just John, okay? So
Yeah.
fucking, but I'd kill to have John running it again. So, all right, Valentine and Kathy Pena, what's the biggest clutch you produce, Steve? I don't know. I mean, you can take that a lot of ways. Like, what's the largest clutch you produce? What's the most valued clutch you produced?
So I know who that is. That's my boy Val, and he just busted a 15 egg clutch. I think the biggest that me and Jenny have seen is about 11 at this point. 11. Right. Now, Val, I do have a couple just gorilla-sized ball pythons, but I'm not really breeding them because they're 15, 16 years old. So you're talking about a super pastel and, well before a lot of these genetics were rolling and established heavy.
Right. Points pythons. Thank you. Is that Gina Points?
Charlie and Gina, right there, man.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, they're awesome fucking people. I met them once and they're fucking cool as shit.
Yeah.
So thank you. I appreciate that. So now you're where the fuck's he going? He's just like, fuck him. There you go. Good replacement.
And I get to sit way down low in the background.
Yeah, and you're right at the level of the yams, so that's perfect. Yeah. He knows what's going on.
Nice.
So, does it?
Yeah, it's all right. All right. And look at that fucking smile and all that fucking, that's you got a lot, brother. So now what's going on with like here you go. How much is your much, Steve? I'm assuming she means merch. So like where do people get your merch?
Well, you're the merch lady, man.
It varies depending on what you want. Like we have the front and back shirts that they're typically 25. If we do a front only, they usually are about 20. Hats vary depending on which one you get. We have like the flex fit hats, plus we have more of the snapback style hats. We'll be moving into tumblers, and then I'm actually getting ready to make some really cool water bongs too.
Well, what's a water bomb?
Water bong for smoking.
Yeah. Water bomb. Oh, that's because you weed people. Yeah. Okay. All right. Fucking all right. See, you gotta dumb it down for us non-weed people. You could put a water bong in front of me. I wouldn't even know how to fuck to use it. I'd just be like, what's that? What's that pretty vase? I would try and stick fucking flowers in the fucking tube. So you guys have a website that everything's available on?
Not yet. We haven't set up a website just because everything kind of goes faster than I can keep it in stock. So when I change, I've kind of dumbed it down to 4 specific colors for shirts, whereas we were just doing any color anybody wanted.
Dude, we had so much merch, Chris. It was out of control.
It was a lot. So I just got to the point where I finally said, okay, we need to make specific colors. And then at like holiday times or anything like that, I'll throw out a specialty color shirt for the holiday, like for St. Patrick's Day. He has an OnlyFans. For St. Patrick's Day, I did like a bunch of 4-leaf clovers on shirts, and so with if we're doing a bunch of extra stuff on it, usually it sometimes can go up a little bit more. But yeah, I have my own. So I do all of our merch and stuff myself with ARIA Creations. So I make everything and do everything here.
Okay. I have to ask, just because when I first saw it, I was like, that's a dumb name. Like A Reptile I Am. Did you guys just try and find what would fit with the name ARIA because it is a cool word? Or did it come about like from the tagline?
So no, I was trying to think of what direction I wanted to go. And the credit actually goes to my older brother on coming up with the name. I was like, man, I don't think it's a good idea to be like Steve's balls or whatever.
Right. Good. Thank God. We got enough of those.
So I didn't want to put my name in it. And I didn't just want to say something pythons or something exotics or something like that. Because I knew I wanted something catchy, and I wanted to be able to push and promote the triangle.
Right. Like the Nike swoosh.
That is exactly what I was trying to do, and that's exactly what I was doing with the merch. I wanted the triangle to be the Nike of the reptile industry.
Right.
That's exactly what I was doing.
And do you guys do like print on demand now, or do you just buy 500, tumblers and fucking be like, oh, I hope these things sell, or 500 shirts, and you're like, why do I have fucking 74 XLs left now that I have to wear, my shirts to bed?
So a lot of times what Jenny will do is she'll make like 10 of the tumblers, 10 of this, 10 of that. So that we have a little bit on hand.
Right.
But the honesty is we also don't really force feed our merch as many shirts and stuff as you might see floating around.
Right.
We might drop something about, hey guys, if you want a shirt, we're pushing these, but a lot of that stuff has also just been kind of handouts to the family and stuff. Cause Chris, I did pretty good financially in 2020 and 2021. Now we're sucking hind tit right now, but it is what it is,
Yeah. No, please. I've had some girlfriends like that where I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm really sucking the hind tit right now. Like fucking, I got to do something.
But
got to do something to up my game a little bit.
Yeah, but it's a tit, so I'm still in the game.
That's right, because you're a dude, right? And you're just like, it don't matter what kind of tit. Fucking, you could be sucking on that National Geographic fucking black titty, and you're still like, hey, it's a titty. Like fucking, look, could be worse, all right? It could be not a titty, all right?
And I tell you, afterwards, I'm going out looking for some snakes or whatever.
Oh, I'll just stick with the titties. I'm good, unless I have bottom tier titty. Then I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to roll my ass out of here and look for snakes and hopefully fall down a cliff so I don't have to suck on this titty anymore. But anyway, ton of people here tonight, so I'm pretty fucking happy about that. You guys really killed it. Where do you see ARIA in 5 years? Like, are you hoping that this gets big enough to where you don't have to do a day gig anymore?
I don't mind what I do right now. the industry is sagging some right now with what I'm doing for a living, though. So that is kind of taking a hit on us. I'm not sure that it's smart to tell anybody that they should retire and do reptiles full time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because for whatever it is that I am and however many followers I have or this or that, I could not do this full time.
Right. Okay.
So, I mean, people can take that for whatever it's worth. I'm just not the guy that's going to tell somebody that they should push all their chips on the table, man. This is fun, and you need to have fun with it because it's work.
So when you were talking about your industry is on the back titty, did you mean the weed industry or the ball python industry?
I'm talking about the THC side of shit.
Really? I wouldn't think that. I would think it would be never better than it is right now.
Well, there's a lot of legalization going on everywhere, and now it's like you said, I guarantee you that every other house is growing pot.
Right, right.
In your neighborhood, dude. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry in 2019 either invested in ball pythons or grow tents or both.
Right, right.
And that's where the funny money went, and both sides of the industry just went out of control, dude. Out of control. Well, that stuff starts leveling, and as other states are legalizing, it's a battle. There's so much competition out in the field now that it's your brand against 75 other brands.
Right,
and
right.
Instead of there only being 10 and everybody doing pretty good, now everybody just does okay.
Well, it's so funny that that's the exact thing that happened with the fucking ball pythons, okay? Because when Krisha, who's in Oregon, saw what I paid for weed here, okay, she was like, "Are you shitting me?" She's like, "You paid $100 for 3 joints?" Like fucking, she's like, "That's kind of a ripoff." And I don't buy weed, so I don't fucking know. I'm like, I'm shocked that you could get high for $20, you know? She tells me she can get like, she tells me she can get 37 joints for $100. Okay? And I'm like, motherfucker, just bring weed here then. All right. Why am I buying it?
And what a weird number that she threw too. And she's probably exactly right.
No. She smokes a lot of weed, so she knows it's down. She's like, I buy gummies for fucking 10 cents a piece. I'm like, really? I paid $7 a gummy, okay? And you paid 10 cents a piece for fucking gummies. It's ridiculous here. Is that because of the states and the taxes and everything that they put on them now that it's legal? Or okay, that's why. Okay. So where Oregon, they're like, we don't give a fuck. We're gonna go look for Bigfoot and smoke weed. It's a little bit different when you're in New York and they're like, we give a fuck because you can't be high while you're investing $3 million of somebody's fucking company on Wall Street. You know, is that the reason why?
Or they're writing so many tickets to the difference in your consensus number of civilians that it's so financially feasible for them not to push what they would make in the tax, right? Because it's keeping the justice system rolling.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I know a lot more about weed now. Okay. So cool. I really didn't know much about it growing up. I remember I was smoking weed when I was like 13, and I asked my friend if my Doritos were crunching too loud. And he took the weed away from me, and he's like, yeah, no more weed for you. Like you obviously can't handle weed. And I didn't smoke weed for like 30 years after that. And then fucking I met Christian and like, smoke some weed. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let's smoke some weed. And then Christian was like, shut the fuck up. You can't smoke weed because you just talk too much. She's like, just shut the fuck up. So I'm learning. Okay.
Cool.
I think if I hit 70, I'm gonna try heroin. Okay. I think that's
shit.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna try it now. Like now it would be a terrible idea, right? But fucking when I'm 70 and I'm gonna die anyway, like fucking why not? If I don't care about whether I pay my rent, you know, it'll be at about 70. So fucking that's when I'll take the fucking heroin and let's just see what happens.
Holy hell. All right, man.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I ain't playing. All right. I ain't fucking playing. If I want to go out, I'm gonna go out big time.
Appreciate
Fucking-
says you absolutely will not.
No, I'm gonna do it. Gonna do it. Fucking heroin at 70. That's gonna be my new motto.
Bucket list.
Yeah. Look.
I'm gonna hold
Mike,
you to it.
Mike probably knows because he probably had. Yeah.
Right in the
All
hospice.
right. Is it too early to make too soon to make a bar check joke? Yeah, I think it's too soon. I'm gonna back up off that, okay? But it would have been pretty fucking funny, all right? Now you guys are close to St. Louis too, right?
Yeah, we're not too far. Couple
So
hours out.
You go to the St. Louis, like the Tinley Lights and the Diet Cokes of Tinley. You go to all those shows too.
It depends. I skip on Diet Coke, Diet Dr. Pepper. That shit gets real sour quick.
Yeah.
So,
but the thing about St. Louis is I hear it's worth going just for the fucking hotel, right?
Well, it depends on what shows you're talking about out there, because there's a lot of
shows. Yeah.
We can't stay at the hotel. We had someone show up at our hotel at 3:00 in the morning when I'm trying to get my beauty sleep, looking for Steve, and I'm like, people, I need sleep.
Well, sometimes I end up going to these shows by myself and I get lost in the damn parking lot.
Right.
And never even make it to an after party. And it's like, it could be a miracle that I make it back to the room. I'm trying to not be like that anymore.
Right. Well, do you go to Daytona?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I went last year.
The only thing I do at Daytona are the after parties. I don't even fucking go to the show. You know, like fucking, first of all, because it's 700 fucking degrees there, so you don't want to go out there in the middle of the fucking day. But at night, it's I think that Daytona still has the coolest hangouts of the big shows anymore. Like, because Tinley has great hangouts, but fucking when you go to Tinley, you have to be on for like 3 days, right? It's like there's no rest. You have to be rock star level on for 3 days. When you go to Daytona, you could kind of just chill out and relax, you know? Do you guys do the local shows? Because for some reason, I can't see you guys doing the local shows.
We go and we hit the local shows when they come around. But it's not that we're traveling an hour to do so. We have some shows that come through here that are 15, 20 minutes. So,
right.
I got a lot of love because I started with just a couple ball pythons and I met a lot of these breeders as being a customer, you know?
Right,
so I came up through the regular food chain, so to speak, or whatever. So I do have a lot of love for my local breeders around here. There's some that are down in the threads right now. So like I said, I don't really cast people to the side because the honesty is I love to go to the NARBC shows, but I'm not sure that I would travel to Daytona to do Vinda's show. There's a lot of heavy hitters in that room. And I personally think it would just take away from my experience. Now, I might do an NARBC in St. Louis, which is one of the smaller ones.
Right.
Still a great show. But other than that, there's so much competition out there. And I don't see myself at the top of the food chain, you know?
Yeah.
I still have people that I idolize, and that's probably never going to change.
Right. Well, see, you're like the bizarro version of me, right? Because like everything that you say you do, like I do the opposite. Like when I go to a local show now, immediately like something washes over me where immediately I'm like, look at all these poor motherfuckers right here. You know, look at all these broke motherfuckers that are never going to make it. I'm like, don't talk to me, man. I'm so much better than you. Right. So, but I go to an NARBC show and then I'm like, okay, I'm finally with some equals. Okay. So fuck you low end motherfuckers. Okay. doing your local shows? Fucking, I can't be seen. You told me that you might be going to White Plains.
Maybe. I'm wanting to get out and travel some of the other circuits, man. Because when it comes to what I mean, I haven't been to enough big shows to even gauge. Because I've traveled along with the NARBC circuits and stuff. Because I was pretty big into the US ARC auctions and trying to do as much promotion for them as possible. And I just saw, that's just where I saw him on social media. So that's where I've just kind of gravitated towards. And I met some really, really good people traveling the NARBC circuit and hanging out. And that's how I met earlier when we were breaking up. You were mentioning some of the people that I was hanging out with, you know, some of the bigger names. And I think it's because I try to just be legit and down to earth with everybody. When I talk,
Jenny, is he the same guy at home that he is in front of the camera and at the shows?
Yes.
And she hates it.
For 22 years.
Does that get exhausting?
It can be very exhausting, but at the same time, it is literally why I am still here on this side of the ground. I have struggled a lot, and he's been my rock, and his energy helps kind of keep, you know, especially right now with everything going on, his energy and keeping me busy and talking to me about, okay, this is coming in, or this is what we're going to do, helps keep my mind off of the sad and the, you know, the terrible things that are happening. And it helps kind of keep me level and straight.
Yeah, no, I get that. I totally get that.
And, you know, real quick, I just want to interject something real quick. So I really like the smaller local shows because they make me feel good, dude. I get my energy from the people because, Chris, it's just like they always say. Sometimes it's the funniest, most exciting people that maybe are the saddest. Right. And I draw my energy and like absorb it from the people that are coming up to me. I would never cast that away. And I love that stuff. I really do.
Well, that's that reminds me of like something that Shane Kelly said to me. He said, he goes, when you go to these shows and people want to meet you, you can't get all aggravated because you got to remember, like, even at your level, and Shane was talking about himself, he's like, you're somebody's Guns N' Roses, right? Like, you're somebody's fucking, the guy that they have to meet. And when I started thinking like that, I was like, all right, yeah. Because obviously I was only kidding about local shows. I actually
I know.
But it is fun to like I enjoy seeing people fucking waste money, you know. So I'm a big fan of that. Like, I love when people like, I pulled my retirement out to invest in ball pythons. And I'm like, fucking, that's awesome. You're probably going to make it, dude. You're probably going to make it. And then I fucking turn around and I'm like, that motherfucker's not going to make it. That motherfucker just pulled out his retirement and is going to be homeless. He's going to be doing heroin at 60. Okay. So fucking, you know, people are just a little bit crazy. Now, what's your favorite and worst thing about the hobby that you're in? Because you guys are in it. I mean, you guys are like all the way in it now. Like, you guys are all up in the hobby. So what's your favorite part and what's your shittiest part of it?
I got my answer. She looks like she's digging.
Well, mine actually, my favorite and my least favorite kind of combine.
Mine is too.
Yeah, the people, right?
The politics and
he stole it.
The just back and forth and the, you know, one thing that we're really big about is our son is autistic and he loves to go to the shows, and when he sees the different reptiles, it actually kind of levels him out because he wants to look at them and he wants to see everything about them, and it just keeps him going. And we went to a show and I was literally standing right next to him, and this breeder like yelled at him in the most aggressive way possible about sanitizing his hands. And another larger breeder happened to see what was going on and was like, what's your son's name? And I told them, and they were like, hey, come here, let's show you something. And it's like, because one person thought they were better than everybody else, they felt it was okay to yell at a little boy. And then this other breeder at the same time was like, hey, I'm not going to watch this and put up with this. So now they're going to step in and they're going to make him feel welcome and possibly help feed that love for all animals, whether it's snakes or turtles or geckos or whatever it may be. Keep feeding that love, whereas that other person could have ruined it just immediately.
Right. And there is something like tremendously cathartic and fucking positive about yelling at a kid that you don't know, right? Like, I totally get it. Like, fucking, I love fucking yelling at children that I don't know. Okay. One time when I was smoking, this kid ran into my cigarette, burned his eye, right? And you would think that I would have quit smoking right there, right? That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I fucking laughed hard.
Shit.
Right? I fucking laughed.
Chris.
I'm like, that's what you get, you little fucking jerk off. Fucking, like, watch where you're fucking running next time, you fucking idiot. Like, did your parents not tell you how to fucking, look where you're running towards? And it's like, even like kids in general, you're like, don't lick the stove, it'll burn you. Don't look, don't touch the stove, you'll get burned. Don't touch the stove. Then you're just like, fucking lick it,
See, I wish he didn't say that at the end, because what you said at the end is different than what you said at the beginning. What you said in the beginning makes you evil. What you said at the end makes you a man.
Right.
He's gonna put that in the light socket. Hold on a second, honey. This is a teaching moment.
Right. That's exactly what I would think.
Not burning the kid's eyeball, Chris.
But he was stupid. He ran into the fucking cigarette. What if you did that in the middle of the street? Okay, what if you just ran in the middle of the street and got hit by a fucking car?
What if he gets hit by a fucking car now because you made him one-eyed?
Dude, that would be even fun. That would make the whole story. Like, that would come around.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, he can't see left, so he gets hit by a car fucking because he didn't turn his neck. He was too lazy to fuck. Yeah, I just think kids are horrible. However, we did do a lot with Autism Speaks when we were with the band, right? Like, we did a lot with that organization. I think it's a good organization because the singer had an autistic kid, right? And it was cool because we would all make fun of the kid, but if somebody else made fun of the kid, we'd kill that motherfucker. Like we would fucking, but the kid became like our little brother, right? Like, I remember the kid came into the room where we were rehearsing. He just kept turning the fucking light on and off like 1,000 times, right? And so what I did was I just built the kid a light board with 20 different switches on it. And the kid could just fucking do that and not annoy the fuck out of us, right? So fucking,
but that's heartful.
I love that.
Well, yeah,
you
but
fucked up and you were kind, bro. Be careful.
No, I know. Every now and then I have my moments.
Be careful.
Like, did you see that video of the autistic kid? They let him play on the high school basketball team, and the kid was just like nailing threes from fucking 50 feet away, and it was because he was autistic. So my singer, who had an autistic kid, immediately took the kid to the basketball court the next day and gave him the basketball, and the kid just looked at him and licked the basketball, right? And like, that's fucking funny, right? So then he would also come into rehearsal, and he would be like, hey, my kid fucking associated 7-Eleven today with a Slurpee. Right. So that's like a big step, like you associate, and I go, oh, that's awesome. He goes, not so much. He goes, 3 minutes later, he told me that he was afraid of mashed potatoes. And I was like, that's a problem. Right. So, and when I really knew that the kid was autistic was my singer called me up and said, Hunter took a shit on the bookshelf the other night. Right. And I didn't believe him, right? I I was like, no way did that kid take a shit on the fucking bookshelf.
Well, it'll be here when you get home.
well, he goes, took me about 2.5 hours to clean it up. And I was like, that seems about right. So then I believed him because I was like, yeah, cleaning shit off a bookshelf. I mean, you probably got to clean like every book. You can't just wipe the sponge across the spines of every book, right? You would have to take it out, clean every book, and fucking go from there. But autistic kids I love, but I love Down syndrome kids better because Down syndrome kids are always like the happiest people on like you never see a Down syndrome guy like sad. Like he's like the next step in evolution. Like everybody's gonna have Down syndrome in 200 years, okay? Because they're always happy. They're like, hey, you want to go for a walk? They're like, yeah, that's probably the greatest idea that you've ever had. Let's go for a walk. And I just fucking love them. And if you look on Instagram, there's these 3 Asian kids with Down syndrome. I know it's harder to tell with the Asians, but fucking they do have Down syndrome too. But they're 3 Asian kids that have a cooking show. And fucking it's the best and funniest shit that you've ever seen in your life, and you immediately love them after that. So I totally get that. So I'll totally fucking work with Down syndrome and autism speaks kids again. I mean, I'd rather work with them than adults, to be honest with you. You know, like fucking working with adults is so overrated. So but you know, I didn't mean to sound unsympathetic to parents with kids with Down syndrome or autism, okay? but you know, if anything, if losing a leg has taught me anything, you got to fucking laugh at shit, right? Like fucking, you know, I'm not walking around making fun of kids with Down syndrome. I'm fucking rolling around making fun of kids with Down syndrome. There's a big difference there, okay? Because I am now one of them, right?
I don't think that's exactly.
No,
I
it's the same thing. Dude, it's the same thing. It's the exact
My dad
same
was the same when he lost his eye. You know,
Right.
It was always people would say something to him, and he'd be like, "Well, they'll be like, did you see that?" And he'll be like, "I can only see half of it." But
Yeah,
you know,
it hit really close to home, Chris, because
Yeah.
her dad was walking across the street and some asshole burned him in the eye with a cigar and was just standing there laughing at him, pointing, saying, "You dumb shit."
What was he holding the cigar like this though? He was just
Hey, have you seen how tall Jenny is? Come on, dude. We don't come from big stock.
No, I get it. Like ex-Christian, like fucking I put my stamp on myself for any kind of handicap now. Like fucking I was rolling around at the zoo and I'm like, be careful, newly retarded, like so that they know that I'm not used to it, you know, like I'm new at it. So they give me a little bit of leeway. I'll tell you how much leeway I got. I ran over a guy in the fucking zoo because it was in the dark, right? Like fucking you just roll through that little hippie curtain and I pinned this motherfucker against the wall. I didn't even know I pinned the guy against the wall. I kept trying to go, okay? And fucking Christian was like, dude, like you're fucking gonna kill this guy. And I looked up and I saw the guy.
I was going to say, I don't think it's the same thing. And I was going to make the comparison with the Special Olympics. But if you lose a leg, you could participate still, right?
Dude, I could do diving. They call that falling. They call falling. You know, they call that diving at the Special Olympics, right? Like fucking, it's fucking great. Now, I'll tell you one thing. Like, where do people park at the Special Olympics, right? Like normal people. Do they just have one spot or 2 spots like they give all us retarded people? Like at Costco, they'll give you 2 spots and be like, if you're crippled, fuck you. You better come early and get this spot. Do they do the same thing at the Special Olympics for normal people? And they're like, well, you better come early, right? Because every spot is handicapped. Okay, so
you'd be the most inappropriate person to take to a Special Olympics,
dude. Like you don't even know. Yes, I would be. Yes.
I can't even imagine you being up on the line as a participant, bro. You'd have people next to you crying and shit.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah, and he'd be laughing. That's why Timmy's all upset.
Yeah, because I was like when I lost the leg, right? I joined all these groups. Like these Zoom meetings where it would be like other retards that fucking lost their legs or fucking lost their arms. And they would be like, it's so hard. It's so hard. And in every group that I went into, I was like, you guys are all a bunch of fucking pussies, man. It's just a fucking leg, right? It's just a fucking arm, you know, like fucking, you know, get with it and crawl your way to your desk and fucking work. And this black lady from Tennessee who got both legs amputated, she turned around and she was like, you know what, Chris is right. She's like, you guys are bitching about dumb shit, and I drove myself to work today, you know, and this lady got no legs and she drove herself to fucking work. Okay. So
she got broomsticks, or how's that
no,
work?
she has controls on the top of the fucking thing,
Oh,
like Sean
dude.
Bradley has. Like when I
can't-
become retarded, I immediately called Sean Bradley, right? Like immediately, right? Because fucking we went to dinner with him one night, and in Daytona, actually, we went to steakhouse, and fucking we pull up in this fucking lot, and where Donato, my friend Donato, had a handicap sticker on the car so we could park in the handicap spots, right? So fucking we pulled in the handicap spot, and then we look over and Sean is also in the handicap spot, and we see Sean like just falling out of the car into his chair. Like, you look like a pretzel, right? He was all fucked up. He's trying to get in his chair, and Donato immediately goes, yeah, I don't think we should park here, and backs up into a normal spot, right? So that Sean wasn't feeling too bad about fucking being in a retard spot. But I got to tell you, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, you know, it's not like a horrible thing. Like I could still roll around places, you know.
So you might be borderline beneficial. I don't know if Krish is into like carnivals or whatever, but you get that skip the pass line if you go up
immediately. I go to Disney World now, right to the front of the line.
And whatever lane you want, and it's 2 rides, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you, and there's a lot of benefits from becoming a retarded. Okay, there's a lot. Like I could go first on the plane now. Okay, I never got to wait for a spot at Costco. I fucking just pull right up, fucking get it going. And the greatest, I'm gonna tell a quick story. Okay, I don't mean to interrupt your time, but I'm gonna tell a quick story of what happened to me today. Right, I fucking I had to go get milk. Right. So fucking I'm rolling to my car, because now what I do is I roll to my car, I get in the car, then I just leave the chair in the parking spot, and I just hope that somebody won't be a scumbag and steal my wheelchair, right, for when I come back. But while I was rolling to the chair, some other an older woman here that is legit handicapped, like legit, she has mental issues, right? And she's just looking at my leg, and she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, yeah, it's all right. It's cool. And she goes, no, you don't understand. I'm so sorry. She goes, my best friend had that happen to him. And I'm like, yeah, but you just move on. And she goes, and then he died. And I'm like, I was just like, what? She goes, yeah, he got his leg cut off and then he died. And I'm like, yeah, I've had enough of you. So my other friend who was right there with me, he goes, yeah, we got to go. All right. And he just takes the handicapped lady away from me. But she made my morning. She was like, and then he died. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. Fucking. So you got to appreciate the fun part of being in it. I will tell you something, though. My ass is killing me like all the time now. And my ass isn't killing me in a good way, like somebody just put something in it. But it's in. I'm kidding. I don't like anything in my ass. All right. But it's in like my ass kind of hurts way, and I'm not a big fan. So that's really it. I got to get me a $600 cushion. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna move on, and then I'll show up at a reptile show. But hopefully, I'll show up at a reptile show walking, because I don't want to show up at a reptile show in a wheelchair, because you guys already got Sean there, right? So like, what would I add to it? I would just be like another out of shape dude in a wheelchair. Like fucking Uncle Mike is already there. So there'd be like 3 people I'd have to fucking compete with, you know? So if I have a metal leg and I'm just walking around, I'll be a lot happier. So
we'll just have the Reptile Special Olympics wheelchair races.
Dude, no, I don't want to race. I told Sean I want to make it like a wheelchair battlefield, like almost like a joust. Because I was like, I will knock your ass out of the chair, and I think that would be the funniest thing in the world.
I feel like I watched something years and years ago on like ESPN 7 that was like wheelchair jousting with those American Gladiator posts, and you had to knock the other dude up out of his chair.
Yeah, that would be incredible. I would so do that. I would do that. Sell $50 tickets a piece and donate it all to US Arc. I would absolutely do that.
Dude, we need to legit. And man, I don't know. I damn near cut
careful.
off
You may look bad here. Be careful. Be careful. You may say something that you regret here. All right. To the general public, you may, because I saw the look in your eyes and you're like, you know what we got to do? We got to put spikes on your wheels and have you guys go at it with each other. Like, so,
last man standing.
Dude, I would love that. I would do a wheelchair thing like that.
That's
fucking
crazy.
When you get to knock people down. But
He
Sean
turned
said
it
it wouldn't be
into
fair
Mad
because I still have my right leg to kick him with, And I was like, dude, if I haven't kicked you yet, I'm not going to kick you. So don't worry. Okay. Fucking because I wanted to kill that motherfucker in the past before. So fucking, and I'm sure you guys have too. But it just happens. Okay.
So I got a question for you then.
Yeah.
So my best friend a few years back, and he's not with us anymore, but he went through diabetes really bad and he fucked around and found out because he just never took care of himself and he lost his foot. That's how I know about that carnival shit, man.
Right. Okay. All right.
So I drug his ass everywhere with no feet. I throw him over my shoulder and I took his ugly ass through and I'm like, we're getting through this park in an hour and a half. We're riding every fucking thing.
Well, that's I got Krisha for that. Like Krisha forces me to do things like go to the museum, go to the zoo. Like fucking, if it wasn't for her, I would just be sitting here rotting. Because I'm perfectly happy in the house, like in the air conditioning, and I work from home, so I'm fine. But like Krisha is my you, where you drag your friend everywhere, and it just was like, dude, you got to get out of the fucking house.
So your question.
I don't remember now because we went somewhere else.
Well,
Legal THC, guys. I mean, it's a real thing. Come on.
That's the thing. Are you smoking it right now?
Not right now.
Well, okay. Oh, I just saw you were vaping, so I figured maybe.
Yeah, no, not right now. I'm being kind.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, see, really, now that I think about this, like we should have had a Joe Rogan, Elon Musk fucking thing where you're smoking weed and I'm smoking weed and we just see what happens, see where it takes us. Like fucking no questions, no pre-recorded questions, no anything. We just start smoking weed and being like fucking.
Well, man, I just need to know when we're doing it, man, and I can set up and be ready to go, and we'll just see where it takes us.
Dude, let me tell you, I have weed like fucking right here. Like I just haven't smoked it yet. And it's fucking cool because when I was buying weed when I was younger, they didn't put it in any fucking cool ass packaging like this and shit, So this just makes me think that they put a little more effort into it. Like there's no angel dust in there. I mean, there could be, I don't know, but fucking the packaging makes me feel safe. So that's been here forever. I haven't fucking smoked that thing in months. So if you want, we'll set something up where we just get high the whole fucking time and just fucking just do a live and just fucking be high. Fucking that might be fun. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll do whatever the people want to see. Okay.
Sounds like Thursday kind of day. So I just need to know what time we're actually gonna do it.
Yeah. I might wait till Chris is here so she could watch me, because I smoked weed during a Zoom call one time and I didn't think it affected me, right? Like fucking, but an hour later, I just started staring off into space and then I just left the Zoom call. Like I had
what we'll do, it'll be like we're sitting here taking shots and I'll take a hit and then you got to take a hit and I will and you will.
Yeah, we could do that. All right.
I'm
down. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Hey, everybody that's on here, you want to tune into that. The general's fixing to take Chris into deep water with one leg.
Yeah. I'll be, just remember, I can only kick with one leg now. the nub, I can't really get any momentum from it, you know. So I'd be
What up,
rubbing. Yeah.
Wiz?
I'd be swinging. I'd be swimming in a circle, right? Because only one leg, you know, like fucking. And fucking Steve will be like, dude, what are you swimming in a circle for, man? Like, fucking, come on.
I ain't saying shit. I'm watching you.
Nah, we need some backup though. So Jenny got to be there to moderate, you know. So
yeah, I'm the same, Krisha. I sell it. I help work with people with it, but I can't. I can't.
She is a lacking participant.
That's me. That's me with Krisha. You know, I'm like, I'll take one hit, you know. But then even when I take one hit, 20 minutes later, she's like, shut the fuck up, dude. She's like, you're starting an argument when there doesn't need to be an argument, you know? And I'll be like, I didn't even know I was doing it. One time she got so mad, she left the room. I didn't even know why we were fighting, right? Like I forgot why we were fighting.
If I don't instantly fall asleep, that's when the fun food comes out. Steve's like, did you just eat a bell pepper? Yep. And now you're having cereal?
It's not fun food. I don't know what witch's brew she's cooking in her gut. But I'm like, you should not put that milk on top of all of those Doritos. And like, were you eating crust off a pizza? And when the fuck did we have pizza? Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed after I start smoking weed, I've now adopted a fucking Funyun addiction, right? Like fucking, that's all. I'm like just eating fucking, look, right here, fucking Funyuns, right? I'm just like, why the fuck not, right? It's an onion. It's healthy, you know? So, yeah, I think it might be funny having, I think it might be funnier having Krisha and fucking Steve smoke weed and me and Jenny will just be there to moderate. You know,
we'll take one hit each. I'll eat a pickle with peanut butter on it, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, and I'll have my bag of Funyuns, and we'll just fucking lean back.
So me and Krisha will go back and forth. You and Jenny can take 2 hits, and then me and Krisha will sit back and moderate, and let you two
how much food we're eating.
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ. All right, back to you guys. Fucking, you guys got anything going on that you want people to know about? Like, do you have anything coming up that were any appearances at fucking like what's the next show now? It would probably be Daytona, right?
I was gonna say, I think I am slated to go hit Daytona. The problem is that one's so far away. Somebody's got to stay here with ARIA to work the animals. And it's unfortunate that I'm the one that has to go, but business is business, Chris. So I'm probably going to Daytona. We are slated for St. Louis already. I don't know with everything that we have going on if we're going to be able to make Tinley coming up here. I'd sure like to, but there's got to be a lot of stars that align for us to make that happen. So aside from the shows that we had already purchased airfare and hotels for, right now it's pretty tight over here. So
yeah. Provided I'm walking again, I'll be at Tinley October. But if not, then no. But you know, we'll figure out the metal leg and fucking as long as I'm good on that metal leg, I'll fucking go. You know, I'll fucking walk. And then I'll fucking moonwalk right in front of Sean Bradley. Fuck him. Right.
I remember what I was gonna ask you.
Okay.
Oh, my buddy didn't have legs and he was in a wheelchair. And I would cart him around everywhere and then have to hoist his ass up on my shoulder, carry him, strap him in, all that shit. Well worth it, but man, fuck you, Lanny. But anyways, dude, he got to where he had kind of an attitude like you do, man. Yeah. And people would piss him off and he couldn't reach them. So he bought a taser cane. And he used to have it right next to his chair, right next to his leg. And that son of a bitch would tase people at Walmart or Price Chopper, Hy-Vee, the grocery store and shit. And he'd light somebody up. And I'm like, oh my God, because I'm the one that's fixing to be fighting. But
Right.
I'm going to stay close to the chair because he just electrocuted this dude for getting in his way for some Oreos.
Dude,
would you ever do like a taser cane?
Yes,
You
without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.
Christmas, Krisha.
Yeah.
I just made shit easy.
Because I was, me and Krisha went to a porno store, right? And I was all happy, right? I'm like, going to the porno store, we're going to fucking be thrilled, right? Roll up to the porno store, and there's a step. And I'm like, oh, can't do anything. They don't got a ramp. Most porno stores are not handicap accessible, just in case you guys didn't know that, right? But thank God there was a giant lesbian out there smoking who worked there, right? And she looked at me and she looked at Krisha, and she must have felt bad for Krisha, right? Because she's like, oh, you're fucking his dick in a wheelchair. Fucking, you need this porno place, right? So fucking, so the lesbian was just like, don't you worry, baby, we'll get you in. And this lesbian came in and got behind my chair and lifted up me and the chair and got me over that fucking step. Okay.
Lord, that's a big bitch.
Dude, you don't even know the half of it. Fucking, I'm 200 pounds. The chair's 40 pounds. So that was 250 that this fucking lesbian deadlifted fucking, onto the fucking step, right? And she's just like, go in there and have some fun, right? So we went in there and had some fun, and that bitch helped me fucking get down to step 2 on the way out. So I left them the best fucking Yelp review ever. Like fucking, it
Did
was.
Did she even work there?
I don't know, man. Maybe. Well, no, I'm pretty sure she did. Right? I'm pretty sure she did. Yeah, her name was Jeannie. Yeah. So fucking now, whenever we go back to the porno store, I call and make sure Jeannie's working. Because I don't think that skinny little Indian broad could lift my chair over that step. So fucking, it's so I understand where it's just like fucking, you just gotta throw them over your shoulder and fucking get them out. So I get where you're coming from with that. But anyway, listen, we're almost at 2 hours here. I want to thank you guys for fucking coming on.
I'm a hug.
Wait. Oh yeah, she did. She got free butt plug and a hug, right? Yeah, I didn't know where that butt plug was going when she gave it to her. If I would have known, I would have said no.
Where it went.
Yeah, we know where it went, and it might still be there. I don't know. I don't check my poop every time I go, so fucking we'll see. All right. But seriously, dudes, thank you guys for hanging out with us for
absolutely
an hour and 20 minutes or whatever. It was definitely fun. And do you have anything you want to say to your 7,500 fucking followers on Facebook?
Hey, can we maybe get 3 or 4 people to come over on YouTube for your boy, man?
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
What the fuck, dude? Facebook, there's Facebook, the group 7.5. I've got like 16,000 followers. Guys, can we get to 134 people or some shit, man? Come on, this shit's out of control, dude. Do something for your boy. Throw a motherfucker a bone or something, man.
That's especially now you could get monetized with just 500. It used to be you had to have 1,000 and then you had to have 4,000 watch time views. But
it's still showing me at 1,000. They're like, we ain't giving this son of a bitch anything.
But the crazy part is like even Facebook is trying to like take Steve down a notch because everybody else sees their 7.5 or 7,500 followers, but on our side, when we look at our stats, we actually have close to 11,000 followers, but it doesn't show all of them as followers.
So nobody gets to see the backside of the group, Chris.
Right.
It's like 11.9 thousand. I am the first visitor. The first like 3,000 or 4,000 people are all visitors and they cannot transition.
Yeah,
that's.
I'm not even a fucking part of the group.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like fucking everybody in this room. After this show is over with, go to ARIA Reptiles and just like the fucking subscribe to the fucking page. Okay, he got himself a mic now, like a big boy. Killing it. He's fucking gonna, like one of the things I learned real early is like half of all good video is audio, right? So then I was just like, yeah, that makes a little bit of sense, because if shit comes on and it's crappy audio, you just don't want to watch it. So fucking, he got himself a mic now. They're fucking knocking out videos. Little shits float by the video every time, like little triangles. Fucking middle of the video, it just fucking surprise you like a Bigfoot sighting. And fucking, he does a lot of cool shit. So everybody in here, go to ARIA Reptiles page and at least subscribe.
On YouTube, it's actually A Reptile I Am.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we're only listed as ARIA Reptiles on Instagram, but we're on all the other platforms as A Reptile I Am, and there's hundreds of videos, and you can see the evolution of a dumb shit.
Well, yeah, believe me, mine too. Well, like you guys are the only moderators, right?
Yep.
So what I'm gonna do right after this post is I'm gonna go and put an ad up on the page for everybody to go to Steve's YouTube page and fucking join it and at least subscribe, because then you could at least get like dumb super chats and fucking everything else, because YouTube takes half of those too.
Yeah,
if somebody gives you $20, you only get 10 because YouTube got to take their shit. So like even I make like $200 a month off YouTube. I have like a lot of views, and then I realized I have no views at all. Because I only got, I think for every million views, you'll get $1,000. And getting 1 million is a fucking lot, especially in a hobby where there's only 15 million in the country, so fucking getting 1 million is going to be a lot. But I'll work with you just to prove my fucking ad. All right. Or my post. Fucking don't not approve it. Now, are you the reptile slut people too?
No, no, but I am in that group.
I'm in it too, and that's the dumbest fucking group that I've ever been in, because fucking there was only like a few people posting slutty pictures there, and everybody else, like somehow or another, everybody missed the message of that page, and they start putting their fucking dumb ball pythons on it or their dumb turtles, and I'm like, that's not why I joined this page, man. Like fucking, I joined the page to look at slutty fucking women, right? So fucking, if you guys know who runs that, fucking, give him a talking to, all right? Fucking give him his comeuppance a little bit and be like, dude, you just let it get out of control. Nobody cares. Like nobody, I don't care that your turtle is fucking, taking a walk today. I care about big titties with a snake in between them, all right? So that's it. Is ARIA the only reptile page that you run?
I admin a couple other pages, but for the most part, ARIA is where everybody can find me. I live there behind the walls of the army, dude. So that's pretty much where I'm at. Like I said, I help a couple of my homies by adminning their group because people will flow over.
Right.
So I do help out there when I can. And I'm just looking for a little transition back, guys. I promote everybody. Somebody promote your boy. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, dude. I mean, even, everybody here, well, a couple of people here have been in the 15 Minutes of Lame contest. And I want to promote their show that they have going on too. So yeah, I'll pop up an ad after the show and just to prove it, and we'll be fine. All right.
Right on, dude. Right on. Well, hey, dude, I appreciate you having us on, and
dude, no
hit me up whenever, brother. We can bullshit about whatever you want to.
Yeah, we'll fucking smoke some weed on fucking camera and fucking make it fun. We'll fucking, just like Elon and Joe Rogan, we'll hook it up. So we'll do that. It'll be fun, and hopefully I'll see you in Daytona this year, because I'm hoping to get there too, and we'll just fucking go from there. But I'll meet you guys eventually. So,
well, you better fucking make sure you got glasses on or something and keep your eyes guarded, dude, because I could be smoking when you pull up and shit could get funny. So
dude,
just keep that shit guarded, man. That'll be on you.
That's okay. That's okay. I'll wear the glasses, but you motherfuckers better not make me wait at the end of the line to meet you. Fucking, I'll be like, don't you know who fucking I am? You know,
you
fucking
get
get
the
the
fast
fuck out of here.
pass.
Yeah.
I'm usually the one that runs to everybody that I'm like, I gotta meet this person. Like Steve had to search for me, and I was like a little stalker 5 foot away from Kevin McCurley at the last Tinley because I could not wait to meet him in person. And I'm just like hiding next to him, like eventually Steve's gonna come over because I can't talk to him myself, but I need Steve here.
What you should have did is you should have stood behind him and then just rubbed your boobs up against him or whatever.
It would work.
Yeah, I totally know it would work. Fucking yeah, I absolutely know it would work. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna fucking head out, but I appreciate you guys and look for that ad at some point tonight. So,
sounds good, dude.
All right,
Right
guys,
on.
take it easy.
Thanks for having us, man. Peace.
All right, bye-bye. Yo, fucking that motherfucker is cool as fuck. I love that guy. I love Jenny too. Jenny's fucking cool as fuck too. They just had some shit go on, so I'm glad fucking we can make them laugh a little bit, and it's fucking cool. I'm definitely looking forward to meeting him and her in the future. Now listen, Linda. Anyway, sea serpents. Fucking get a rack from fucking Chris. Chris is the only guy who still doesn't have a fucking 6-week wait around time. I think Chris's wait time is like a week and a half now, 2 weeks. So you need a fucking PVC rack. Go to the original guy. Fucking first time I met Chris was in fucking Hamburg. That motherfucker came all the way up to fucking Pennsylvania to deliver racks for us. And he's from Florida. So everybody, he's one of the original guys. So everybody give him a shout out. That's seaserpents.com. I'm pretty sure I got everybody. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got everybody. Listen, thanks for coming. Join the Patreon, okay? Help me out. Fucking $5 a month. You could fucking just be a part of something that makes people laugh, and you get to get all these exclusive videos that I'm transferring over from the Snakes and the Fat Man Patreon. You get behind the scenes fucking the story of the leg and everything I'm doing to, walk again. And it's just a fucking funny fucking Patreon. So it's definitely worth it. We're also going to have a bunch of contests from major reptile sponsors and corporations that they're going to be giving people away things who are just in the Patreon. So it's worth it. Check out all the tiers. Come join the Patreon. Let's have a little fun. Don't make me have a low Patreon, man. Because the other big fucking reptile podcast guy got an ass ton of fucking Patreon members, and I can't be looking like a pussy with only fucking, a quarter of the fucking members. So help a brother out. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. Anyway, guys, thank you for coming. We're going to say goodnight now, and we will see you here in 2 weeks where we might possibly have a venomous person on. So let's see what they have to talk about. Sunday, Fat Man Live with Erin Nicole. She's the reptile real estate queen. If you need a fucking house that basically has parts of the house that are reptile related, and you're a breeder or a pet keeper, she'll help you get the perfect house. So watch that episode on Sunday right here on the Fat Man Nation. And don't forget my one black friend, my one white friend. We're having a ton of fun with that show. We just talk about a bunch of racist shit and fucking bunch of videos and all that other fun stuff. So anyway, all right, I'm out. Talk to you later.